Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, hope you are all well. I am Rojin Rahman, assistant teacher, Velayet Bahumukhi Uchcha Bidyalay. Welcome to another class. In the previous class, we discussed on English first paper, and today I like to discuss on a grammatical item from the book of English second paper. Okay students, before going to the main topic or writing the name of that topic, I like to write some sentences. Okay students, look at the board. Students, there are three sentences here. First one, he is present. Second one, I am present. And third one is, you are present. Look, the subject and the verb. Subject and verb, subject and verb. The verbs are not same, different. And even the subjects are not same. Here, the verb is each. But in the second sentence, the verb is am, and last sentence the verb is are. Okay, so we can easily realize that there should have a connection or balance or agreement between subject and verb. If that would not be, all the verbs should be same or all the subjects should be same, but different subject, different verb. From this point of view, we can say that a subject takes a verb, another subject may take another verb. So easily there should have an agreement between subject and verb. Okay students, that's why our today's topic of discussion is subject-verb agreement. Okay students, this is our today's lesson title. Students, after learning this lesson or topic, we will be able to write correct sentences. That means students will be able to write correct sentences. They can define subject and verb. Sorry. Students can understand the relationship between subject and verb. Okay students, before starting the main discussion, I think we can define subject and verb. If we define subject and verb, should it be better students? Most probably better. Okay, let's define subject and verb. Subject, I like to define subject first. Okay, subject is a word or group of words about which we are talking in a sentence. Subject is a word or group of words about which we are talking in a sentence. Then verb. Verb is a word which means action, taken by the subject. Students, it is one type of definition, but you may define it in some other ways, no problem. Anyone may define it in their own way. That's not a matter. But I like to define simply so that it should be better for us, we can understand it easily. Okay, so let's discuss it. Suppose he has a garden. He has a garden. If we ask this sentence about the subject, then it should be the subject. Because who has a garden? The main matter depends on this word. That's why it is subject. And then action, has. Action word or verb word is has. So this is subject and this is verb. Okay. I think all of you are clear about the definition of subjects and verbs. Students, I have discussed over these definitions only for being clear about the topic. Okay. Now, I like to dive deep into the main topic. Dear students, subject-verb agreement. I have chosen this topic for a reason, and that is it is so much important for you all, for the students of secondary level, higher secondary level, and even more than that. All the students will find this topic so much useful in this life and later life. So, you all are highly requested to take a special focus on this topic so that you can learn something from this discussion. And if you can learn something from this discussion, you will be able to practice it later. And this topic is simply very much interesting and common to you all. So students, follow my lecture, and now I am going to discuss some rules over this topic now. The first rule is, rule 1, if the subject is singular, verb should be singular also. And sorry, if the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. If the subject is singular, verb should be singular. And again, verb is plural, subject is plural, then verb should be plural. And it totally depends upon the number of the subject. How? Let's set an example. Students, there are two examples here. The boy plays cricket, the boys play cricket. Look, the number of this sentence, the subject is singular, third person singular. Here, third person plural. So, as the subject is third person singular, it affects the verb and s is added to the verb. And if we look at the next sentence, the subject is third person plural. That's why nothing is added to this verb. So from these sentences we can easily realize rule number 1. So the summary is, if the subject is singular, verb is singular, and subject is plural, verb is plural. Okay students, let's write the next rule. If two subjects are added by the word and, the verb should be plural. The verb should be plural. But there is an exception, and I am coming about the exception later. But at first I like to set an example of this rule. Here Rojin and Puri, two subjects are added by the word and. Actually in this sentence it is totally a subject and takes a plural verb. So students, I think it's clear. But there is an exception, and I like to talk to you about that exception. If two subjects are added by the word and those subjects refer or express same meaning, then verb should be singular. I am not writing the rule, but I am telling you once again. Students, if two subjects are added by the word and those two subjects refer the same meaning, the verb should be singular. I am giving you an example for your better understanding. It's simply a very common example. Students, bread and butter is my favorite food. Bread and butter is my favorite food. You can think that there are two foods, the name of two foods, but the meaning is same. The meaning is almost same. That's why the verb should be singular, is. But it is not applicable for all time. Most of the cases verb should be plural. But in some exceptional cases you have to use singular verb. Okay students, I think this rule is also clear to you. Okay. Now next rule. Indefinite pronouns typically take singular verbs, but there are some exceptions also. I'm coming later. Some exceptions. Indefinite pronouns typically take singular verb. Example. And there are many examples also. I am not writing that. Somebody, everybody, someone, everyone, anyone. These are indefinite pronouns. But students, there are some exceptions also. Such as both, many, all. These are also indefinite pronouns, but this word will take plural verb. All are present. All are present, not all is present. Okay, students. Then I think this rule is enough. Students, in case of collective nouns, you should use singular verb. But not for all cases. I am giving you some example. Suppose class, hard, committee. These are collective nouns. Committee. These are the examples. This glass is silent. Here the verb is singular. So this is the example of collective nouns. Okay. Next rule. The title of books, movies, or dramas should take singular verb. Example, student, the title of books, movies or dramas should take singular verb. Example. Great Expectations is a great novel. It is the name of a novel. So the verb should be singular and it is given singular here. Students, so there are so many rules about this topic. So many rules. I think it should be enough for today's discussion. If we get any other class, then we will be able to discuss it in details. Students, one point, and that is you have to discuss it with your friends, teachers for a better understanding. If you don't practice it at home, this learning will go in vain. You will never be able to learn anything at home. So practice it more and more. Practice it more and more so that it remains in your brain forever. It remains in your brain for a long time, that how much you need it, you will get it. Okay, students, it's all for today's class. Thank you so much for staying with me, and stay fine. Hope you will remain safe and sound. Allah Hafiz.